I understand what you're going through. That empty, achy feeling of knowing that people can't relate to you. That awful feeling of getting out of bed every morning just to go through the motions. Sensing no higher purpose for all the madness, but subjecting yourself to it anyway. I know because I do it every day too. You got up today, looked at yourself in the mirror, and saw no second chances to set things right. And yet, you push forward every day and hope for something greater, some deeper meaning. No one was there when you lived your greatest glories. When you achieved the pinnacle of the human spirit, you were so far away from all those people in the so-called real world. You came home to an empty airport in the middle of the night to silence, to no one. You went back to your room and tried to sleep. You wrapped your arms around yourself so you didn't feel so alone, wishing for someone to talk to until you finally succumbed to the exhaustion. I know because it happened to me too. You often dream about going back to the bloody sands of what most would consider hell on earth. It was certainly that for you at the time, but now that you're back in the so-called real world, you realized how much more sense things made there. There, you had a place, a purpose. There, you could at least shoot back at the people trying to hurt you. There, you mattered. I know this because I have those exact same dreams. So if you've tried to compensate for the lack of meaning by hurling yourself into the gym, hoping that lifting the weights will transform you into something so strong that you no longer feel pain. You throw yourself into fighting sports, hoping that the micro doses of combat, the brief thrill of victory you feel every time they raise your hand, will numb you to the overwhelming feeling of emptiness and loss. People don't understand that the discipline isn't a hobby. It's not just a recreational sport for you. It's an exercise in survival. It's necessary for you to earn and maintain the most important sense of respect there is in this God-forsaken world, self-respect. But they don't understand. They call it obsession. They say you take things too seriously. They try to tear down your efforts and make you feel guilty for your attempts to better yourself. But I understand. They try to do it to me too. We've found a simple truth in the iron. The gym became our church. The mats have become a proving ground for the human spirit and our force of will. All the pretense, all things futile, all the noise are minimized in those moments when we feel most ourselves. The closest we ever get to really feeling alive, to feeling like things might actually be okay for a little while. I understand this because I live that same truth every day, the same truth you live. We few, we precious few, we band of displaced warriors. So many will try to walk this path with us, but they don't need it the same way that we do. For them, it was a passing fancy, a fad they were chasing, not a matter of survival. In the end, only we will remain. Against all odds, we shall endure.